And yesterday we have done the comment browser thing, and we have collected everything from Reddit, and this is the final CSV that we have made regarding that whole thing. So it has like content angles, landing page copy, maps, decision makers, impact, and stuff like that. Emotions, pain points, all of those things have been collected from comment browser by going through Reddit, and we have made it into a very neat Excel sheet. And now we have inputted that Excel sheet into the Cloud Code, and let's see what it has. So I clustered 50 plus codes, 7 themes merging, but 2 of them dominate with a strong theme. Documented is due the cost you pay, the loudest signal. Nothing has a date, nothing has a location, can prove the project which days and stuff. So these are the things that we need to do, and what we're going to do as a additional thing is we'll go back to cursor. This is our that construct AI, and what I'm trying to do here is we are going to add these requirements into the implementation file. So implementation file has all of the things that will be implemented and has been implemented for the software or the app, and we're going to do that. And the next step, what I recommend you to do right now is pick task 1, task 2 together in this session, and there will be highest leverage for 30 minutes you spend this week. And here's task 1. Takes me about 10 minutes. I'll dedup your CSV cluster formula producer. Task 2, use task 1. I'll draft a card ready copy using exact customer language. Once that is done, so we have done the Reddit post. We have to do the draft waiting list page copy and build 30-day calendar, like content calendar, and set up daily 9 AM schedule for task for content draft. Okay, that is the things, but we'll see what will happen. It's a 2:07. We didn't have breakfast, so I'm gonna have brunch and come back. And until then, yeah. People use Google Nano Banana, right? Like websites like this, Designy was one of the toply recommended websites for image and video generation with consistency. And another one was, the main one was this one, right? It's $39 USD per month. But I'm kind of thinking why? Because I have Google Gemini, right? That means I have Google Nano Banana, right? But in order for video to actually be consistent, you don't only need Google Nano Banana. What you need is something known as VO3, right? You need this one to create the videos, but you need Nano Banana to make it kind of better, or something like that. Let me just put this here. So this is Google Gemini's Google Nano Banana generated video that for the construction app.
Took a picture of the delivery. I just can't find the date.
This is unacceptable. Without a timestamp or location data, we can't verify anything.
I swear.
So as you can see here, she is talking in the male voice and it's not consistent, right? I would be trying this one really soon, but before that I need to really do the prompt engineering better. How do they post inside, right? So I have gone through Perplexity and I've created an extensive list, and I'm going through other kind of blog posts and trying to find out creators, and then what I'm going to do is to find these creators, go to their post, try to emulate what they're actually saying, but for our niche, right? So when I was going to talk about that, and I want to do that, I first tried Perplexity, and Perplexity, even though it was kind of helpful, it said it cannot actually go through their post, but it kind of created me a .md file which is kind of useless but not really up to the mark. So what we're going to do is use Claude again, but when I did the same command inside Claude, it said go to desktop apps and use computer access, pretty comfy to use. So let's just do that. Go to settings and usage capabilities. I like the search and reference chat. Tools needed, tools already loaded. Artifacts, yes, AI preferred artifacts. Let's see, connectors. Right, this is the thing. Claude in Chrome. Let's configure that one. It is installed. So let's just ask if instead of doing computer access, can it just under settings, so how do we go to settings from Claude is to press this user icon and then let's go to settings, and then we go to general, and as you can see there's computer usable beta version, so let's turn on that one. Deny that, nothing is there, so I think that is cool. We are in the haiku model because we need, oh god, it's going on. So after a couple of tries, I got the Claude desktop working. Directly change it from Claude. For some reason, I went to settings, privacy, and inside screen and screen system audio record. We'll just on this one, right? Open it and reopen it, and it will eventually figure itself. So let's reopen Claude again, and we're going to refresh and get on the Wi-Fi connected. Let me just do that. this memory is very dangerous stuff. So the whole point of getting the Claude desktop on is for me to create a LinkedIn writing posting AutoBot from Claude. But the problem here still persists, and the problem is Claude is not being able to crawl LinkedIn pages, auto crawl it, right? I think there are two ways to approach this challenge. One is use APIs like Playwright and then use Claude to crawl through the website, but all of this thing has an authentication issue. The best case scenario, like even if you're using Playwright or any other GitHub repo to crawl through websites, it's gonna detect this as an AI agent trying to crawl through a website and it will block you. Or if the domain of the website is in Cloudflare, it has a really good protection, so it will immediately not give any information to your AI agents. How do you escape this challenge is by using Perplexity's comment browser or any other browser which has AI agent capabilities. I think that is the sure short way to solve this problem. Or you could use other things. I have seen some research GitHub repos whereby you log into Reddit and LinkedIn and Facebook and then it will kind of work, but this setup is kind of an issue and you will be seeing me doing it in the later days. So after I understood that the crawling is not actually happening, or it's not actually happening the way I wanted, I started using the LLM to have a psychological profile on how LinkedIn posts are written, and then it's a plug and play model whereby if you want to post any kind of blog in any kind of industry, you have certain rules that LLM will follow and post it. By the way, these were my last days in Liverpool, so my friend and I went to take a food. So my friend and I went out to have some food, and it was his treat. It was really lovely. Thank you, man, if you're watching the video. Now, until the next video, we're gonna discuss much more detail on how the setup is. Until next time. So my friend and I went out to have some food, and it was his treat. It was really lovely. Thank you, man, if you're watching the video. Now, until the next video, we're gonna discuss much more detail on how the setup is. Until next time.